Yes, okay. New week, new blog. Oh, looking at myself is weird. I accidentally shaved my beard off yesterday, like way shorter than I wanted to, and I also lost my cool hat. So now I look completely different. But the main headline for this blog is I'm in a new country. I'm in Bolivia. Finally said goodbye to Peru after 6 weeks. When I talk about what I was up to last week, did 3 separate and really cool things. End of the last blog, even though England had been knocked out, in terms of the week that I was talking about, I was still riding high on the amazing feeling of England beating people in the World Cup. So last week started with us losing to Croatia. Less said about that the better. It was sad, but you know, good end to the tournament. Blah blah blah. Let's talk about some cool stuff. Rich and I took a long overnight bus from Arequipa up to Huachachina, which is a kind of really cool, weird little village, like next to the town or city of Ica. It's basically this like amazing oasis, like right on the edge of these huge sand dunes. Like, I mean, it looks like this. So it literally is just this cool little oasis surrounded by like some trees and stuff, like next to these huge big deserts. Like the main thing you can really do there is take these big like sand buggies out to like out across the desert. There are like 10 of you fit in there, and you go like bombing. It's kind of like going on a roller coaster. You go bombing across the desert. I've got a video of us doing that. That was pretty cool. While you're out there, you can also do a bit of like sandboarding down the dunes too. So it was Rich and myself and a couple of girls called Cynthia and Christina, who we'd actually met previously on the Salcantay hike, and we met with them. They were in the same place as well. Really cool, lots of fun. Rich was like absolutely shit-faced because we'd watched England lose and then when it did this thing. But there's fun times when I was like messing around, playing around in the dunes. That's pretty cool. Rich.
Yes, mate.
How you doing, geez?
Well, mate, I'm obviously devastated, but I mean, it could be worse, couldn't it?
Yeah. Are you good?
Sand is delicious.
Down you go. Nailed it.
It's fine.
We should have brought some services here.
It's so funny.
What a bully. Yeah, the biggest one down was called. This is Christina bombing down. It's pretty funny.
That was scary.
So overall, great time rocking around in the sand. Amazing, beautiful sunset over the sand dunes as well.
Be up there. I would have climbed up there on a normal day.
Stayed there for a couple of days. Our plan had been to go up to Lima, capital of Peru, where I was going to say bye to Rich because we wanted to be somewhere good for the World Cup final, but after England got knocked out, it didn't really seem as important, and I was always heading back south again. So we changed our mind and went to the town of Paracas, which is only about an hour away from Ica, but on the beach. What an amazing decision! I can't believe we nearly missed out on this. It was one of the coolest places I've seen. Like, it really reminded me of the Guajira Desert in the north of Colombia. A huge, big, crazy desert that then just meets the ocean with these like amazing cliffs. The way that we saw that is by renting a little tiny little sand buggy. So it's just literally me and Rich sitting in there, taking it in turns to drive, following this other guy like in the distance, showing us around. This is us like driving through the desert. it's pretty cool. This is some of the clips. I mean, this is just, it's beautiful. Yeah, and then some more fun, like yeah, cruising around the place. One of the best couple of hours that I've spent, like really amazing. I don't know if it's because I didn't know how good it was going to be, but it was absolutely beautiful. So that was really cool. And then said bye to Rich the second time on the trip, and I would assume the last time, although who knows. He's heading up now. He might even be in Ecuador by now. We're certainly almost there. Time for me to turn around. I then took a long overnight bus back down to Arequipa, where I stopped off for a couple of hours to arrive half an hour before the World Cup final, watch France beat Croatia in the same bar that I'd had a lot of fun with during the England games, and then got on another 7 or 8 hour bus down to the town of Puno. Puno's right down the south of Peru, on Lake Titicaca, or Titicaca as you're supposed to say it. Main thing to do there is there's these things called the floating islands where indigenous people live. They've not been a thing forever. They've only been doing it for like 30 or 40 years. But basically they're these islands floating on the lake that they make themselves out of grass, and they build their houses on there. That was really cool, like really beautiful way to kind of spend a couple of hours. Yeah, went out and saw that. It was cool. So yeah, overall that was it. Like, the next place from Puno is to go to Copacabana, which is only 3 hours away, still on the lake, but in Bolivia. So I'll talk about that next time. I was there yesterday. I'm in La Paz now, in the courtyard of my hostel. But overall, like, football notwithstanding, like you know, it continues. Like, 3 really cool things last week: the dunes, the desert, floating islands. It's only going to get colder and colder from here. I think I need to get a new hat, which doesn't look quite as ridiculous as this one. But yeah, overall, as always, thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you're doing well back home.